Heath Grossman here for Money Wisdom Question Series. Today's question is, should I pay off debt or invest the money instead? Now, believe it or not, so I hear, having extra cash can be quite the dilemma. So should you invest that extra money for potential future growth or pay down some of the existing debt that you might have? So both can be smart decisions, but it can certainly depend on your situation. So when to invest, right? If the investments could potentially earn you a greater return versus the interest that you're ultimately paying on the debt, right? The practical aspect of this is that more growth, right? For you. Psychologically, you do have to be comfortable with some degree maybe of market risk or exposure, or at least the risk of the particular investment that you're going to use instead of paying off that debt. When to pay off debt, right? If you have certainly high interest debt, like credit card debt, right? It's hard to compete with that from an investment standpoint, right? Like the average credit card interest rate is over 20%. And so the historical average of the stock market, using the S&P 500 is about 10%. So, the practical aspect of this is improving your credit card score, your credit score, eliminating cost via the interest that you're paying. And certainly there's a psychological aspect in terms of, reducing maybe some debt-related stress that you might have. And if you want to learn more about managing debt in retirement, check out an episode that I recorded earlier this year by clicking the link in the description. Now, another option is to take maybe a balanced approach. Maybe consider building an emergency fund and then split some of the extra money between investing and also the debt repayments. Ultimately, using your cash wisely, whether you're investing it or paying down debt, is certainly better than spending or living beyond your means. And I guess that's another aspect of things here is what's the nature of the debt that you have? Mortgage debt, as long as it's not too much, right? As long as you're not using too much of your monthly income to pay down that debt and the interest is reasonable, is not necessarily a bad thing in most circumstances. But credit card debt, right? If you can't pay that credit card off in full every single month, there's other elements or other things to think about here, which are more based on spending and your expenses and budgeting and things like that. So those are certainly things to think about. But hopefully this was informative and enjoyable for you. If it was, share it with a friend and give us a like too.